if your penis doesn't get as hard as before, if you feel constantly tired, if you avoid intimacy, not by choice, but because your body just won't cooperate. Listen up. It might not be age. It could be something much simpler and fixable. A shortage of 3 key vitamins your body is quietly begging for. I'm Dr. Mohit from Men's Health, a men's health expert with 30 plus years of experience, helping men over 60 reclaim the energy, strength, and sexual confidence they thought they'd lost forever. Most doctors won't say this. Many older men don't lack desire. They lack blood flow, endurance, and hormone balance. And often, the fix isn't in a pill bottle. It's on your plate. Drop a comment below. Let me know which country or city you're watching from. It's amazing to see how far this message is reaching, and I love hearing from every one of you. Today, I'll show you exactly which 3 vitamins every man over 60 should be taking and how they can help restore natural erections, boost testosterone, and bring your energy back to life. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll also reveal the most dangerous mistake men make when taking these vitamins and how to avoid it starting tonight. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another vital health tip designed specifically for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and let me know how I can make this content even more helpful for you. All right, let's get straight to it, starting with the first and most overlooked key to restoring blood flow and natural erections in men over 60. It's something your body used to produce effortlessly, especially when you spent time outdoors. But as you age, levels drop sharply, and so does your circulation, energy, and performance. I'm talking about vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. But for you, it may just be the foundation for getting your strength and confidence back. Let me explain why. 1. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. I still remember the first time I sat across from a 67-year-old man named Paul. He was sharp, thoughtful, and deeply frustrated. "Doc," he said, "I still want to be close to my wife, but my body just won't cooperate anymore." That quiet confession is one I've heard from hundreds of men over the years, and more often than not, the starting point to getting that spark back isn't some miracle drug. It's vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most underestimated nutrients when it comes to men's health after 60. We tend to think of it as just something you get from the sun, or something kids need for strong bones. But in reality, vitamin D plays a direct, powerful role in male performance. It's the very switch that helps your blood vessels open up and deliver oxygen-rich blood throughout your body, including to the areas that define your masculinity. Without it, circulation slows, energy drops, and intimacy becomes more difficult than it needs to be. Over 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D. I'm talking about good men who exercise, eat decently, and still find themselves asking, "Why don't I feel like myself anymore?" When your vitamin D is low, your body produces less nitric oxide, a molecule essential for blood flow and sexual performance. It's not just about sex. It's about stamina, clarity, and confidence. The good news? Fixing a deficiency doesn't require complicated steps. 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight, eating more salmon, tuna, or fortified dairy, and supplementing with high-quality vitamin D3 can radically shift how your body performs. I've seen patients who could barely finish a walk around the block suddenly feel energized and reconnected to their partners again. This isn't theory. This is chemistry, and it's one of the simplest ways to reclaim your strength. But as powerful as vitamin D is, it can only take you so far, because even if your blood is flowing well, your body still needs the energy to move it, sustain it, and turn it into action. That's where our second vitamin steps in, And if you've ever felt tired for no reason, it might just be the key to unlocking the energy you've been missing. Let's talk about that next. 2. Vitamin B12. The energy generator. A few years ago, I had a patient named Robert. He was 72, a retired firefighter, and a proud grandfather. But beneath his strong exterior, he looked worn out. He told me, "Doc, I sleep 8 hours. I eat my meals, but I still feel like I'm dragging through the day. My brain's foggy, my body's tired, and when it's time to be close with my wife, I just don't have it in me." His story stuck with me because it was so common and so easily missed. What Robert was describing was classic vitamin B12 deficiency, something I see in countless men over 60. This vitamin is crucial to energy production. Without it, your body can't properly convert food into usable energy, no matter how well you eat or how much you sleep. Without enough B12, your system runs on empty. It also plays a key role in forming red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles, brain, and, yes, your sexual organs. When those cells are lacking, everything slows down. Your stamina fades, your focus dulls, and you may feel disconnected from the very things that used to excite you. And here's the catch. As you age, your ability to absorb B12 from food declines. Even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, it might not be enough. That's why so many older men feel tired, weak, or mentally foggy, even when all their basic health markers look fine on paper. The solution can be surprisingly simple. Increasing B12 through quality supplementation, or, in some cases, doctor-administered injections, can dramatically restore mental clarity, physical stamina, and that sense of being awake again. I've seen men go from dozing off in the afternoon to hiking, laughing, and being fully present with their loved ones, all from correcting a deficiency they never knew they had. But energy isn't the whole picture. Your body also needs protection, something that strengthens blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and supports the very hormones that define masculinity. That's where the third vitamin comes in. It's often called the fertility vitamin, but its impact reaches far beyond reproduction. In fact, without it, your testosterone and circulation may already be slipping. Let's take a closer look. 3. Vitamin E, the fertility defender. I remember speaking with James, a 70-year-old retired pilot, who came to my clinic feeling frustrated and confused. He told me, "Doc, I eat well, I exercise, I'm doing everything right, but lately I feel off. My drive's down, I'm not bouncing back the way I used to, and honestly, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit me hard, because James wasn't lazy or careless. He was disciplined, proud, and committed to his health. But he was missing something that even most doctors rarely talk about: vitamin E. Vitamin E isn't just a fertility aid or a skin supplement. It's a powerhouse when it comes to male health, especially over 60. This vitamin is a natural antioxidant, meaning it fights off the oxidative stress and inflammation that silently damage your blood vessels, hormones, and reproductive organs as you age. When inflammation builds up, blood flow weakens, testosterone dips, and energy crashes. It's not instant, but it's constant, and without realizing it, men like James begin to lose their edge. What makes vitamin E so important is its ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong. Erections aren't just about arousal, they're about blood flow. And when blood can't reach where it needs to go, performance suffers. But that's not all. Vitamin E also helps your body produce testosterone more efficiently. And after 60, that's more critical than ever. Low testosterone doesn't just affect the bedroom, it affects your mood, motivation, and sense of purpose. The good news? Restoring vitamin E is easy and natural. Almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and leafy greens like spinach or Swiss chard are great sources. Or, if needed, a high-quality natural vitamin E supplement can help fill in the gaps. I've seen men like James come back months later with a smile, feeling sharper, stronger, and more connected to life again. Now you might be wondering, what happens when you combine these three vitamins? Is there a way they work together to amplify results? The answer is yes. In fact, when used correctly, these nutrients can create a ripple effect that transforms not just your energy or erections, but your entire experience of aging. Let's explore how. 4. Why these three vitamins work better together. Years ago, I had a patient named Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach who had always prided himself on staying active and sharp. He'd been taking vitamin D for a while, then added B12 after feeling tired, and later started including vitamin E when I explained its role in testosterone. But it wasn't until he started taking all three, consistently, and in the right amounts, that something clicked. I remember him coming into my office one afternoon, grinning ear to ear, and saying, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine." That's the power of synergy. These vitamins don't just work independently, they support and amplify each other. Vitamin D improves circulation by boosting nitric oxide. Vitamin B12 increases red blood cell production, helping oxygen travel through that improved circulation. And vitamin E protects and nourishes the blood vessels that carry it all, while also helping regulate the testosterone that fuels your energy and drive. Alone, they each play a role. But together, they create what I call the vitality triangle. Circulation, energy, and hormonal support working in harmony. This is especially important as you age because your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Nutrient absorption slows down, inflammation builds, recovery takes longer, and one missing piece can throw everything off. But when you bring these three together in balance, your body starts to remember how it used to feel. You may find yourself waking up more rested, feeling clearer in your thoughts, responding faster when it counts. Not just physically, but emotionally too. A sense of confidence returns, and that's something no prescription can manufacture. Walter wasn't an exception. I've seen the same transformation in countless men who take these nutrients seriously and build them into their daily routine. But here's the thing. Most men never see these benefits. Why? Because they're unknowingly making a common mistake that cancels out the very progress they're trying to make. And if you're not careful, you might be doing it too. Let's talk about what that mistake is and how to fix it. 5. The one mistake most men make. One morning, a man named Gerald walked into my office holding a plastic grocery bag full of supplements. He was 74, thoughtful, well-read, and clearly trying his best to take control of his health. He spread out the bottles on my desk and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and, honestly, nothing's improving down there." I could hear the disappointment in his voice, and I've heard it far too many times before. The biggest mistake men make, especially over 60, is assuming that just taking supplements is enough. They buy cheap, synthetic versions from discount stores or online, thinking all vitamins are the same. But they're not. The form, quality, and dosage of a vitamin determine whether your body actually absorbs and uses it, or just flushes it away. Take vitamin B12, for example. Most generic brands use a form called cyanocobalamin, which many older men can't properly convert. What you want instead is methylcobalamin, the active form your body can actually use. The same goes for vitamin D. D2 is cheaper, but far less effective than D3. And with vitamin E, synthetic forms can lack the full spectrum your body needs to support testosterone and circulation. Another mistake? Inconsistency. Taking a vitamin once or twice a week when you remember isn't going to create lasting change. Your body thrives on rhythm. It needs steady support to rebuild energy, restore blood flow, and balance hormones. This is about creating a daily foundation, not chasing a quick fix. When Gerald made the switch to higher quality forms and began taking them consistently, the difference was dramatic. Within a month, he told me he was sleeping better, waking up more energized, and, his words, feeling like a man again. That change didn't come from trying harder. It came from doing it right. Now that you know what works and what to avoid, the next step is putting it all together. You might be wondering, how do I actually make this part of my day without it becoming complicated? That's exactly what we'll cover next. A simple, realistic routine any man can follow to support energy, performance, and vitality every single day. Let's build your plan. 6. Your daily vitality routine. When I work with older men, one of the first things they ask me, often with a mix of hope and hesitation, is, "Doc, just tell me what to do each day. I don't need complicated. I just need something that works." That's a question I respect deeply, because at this stage of life, most men aren't looking for fads or gimmicks. They want consistency, simplicity, a plan that helps them feel strong again. So let me tell you about Frank, a 66-year-old former carpenter who came to me after months of struggling with low energy, poor sleep, and fading confidence in the bedroom. We didn't overhaul his life. We built a basic, powerful routine around the vitamins we've been talking about, and it changed everything. Each morning, Frank would start his day with a full glass of water and his B12 supplement, taken with a protein-rich breakfast. After breakfast, take a short walk outside, just 15 minutes in the sunlight, to help stimulate natural vitamin D production. If it was cloudy or winter, he used a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal. Eat a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds for vitamin E, along with a drizzle of olive oil over his lunchtime salad. That was it. No extremes, just small, deliberate choices. Within weeks, Frank said he had more energy to play with his grandkids, more interest in being close to his wife, and a sense of confidence that had quietly slipped away over the years. He felt like himself again, not a younger version, but a stronger, more grounded version of the man he was. The truth is, you don't need a dozen pills or complicated routines. What you need is a steady rhythm, the right nutrients in the right forms, and a mindset that says, "I'm still in control of my health." Because you are. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final message, something every man over 60 needs to hear, but rarely does. If you've ever wondered whether it's too late to feel strong, desired, and fully alive again, the answer might surprise you. Let's talk about that. Closing message? If you've made it this far, I want to take a moment to speak to you, not as a doctor, but as a man who has spent over 30 years sitting across from men just like you. Men who've lived full lives, men who've worked hard, raised families, built legacies, men who now find themselves asking, "Why doesn't my body feel like it used to?" That question is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're still fighting, still searching for the strength, energy, and connection that make life feel meaningful. And that's something I deeply respect. We've talked about 3 essential vitamins. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug that helps open your blood vessels and restore blood flow where it matters most. Vitamin B12, the energy generator that fuels your brain, muscles, and stamina. Vitamin E, the fertility defender that protects your heart, supports testosterone, and keeps your system running like it should. But the real power doesn't come from knowing their names. It comes from building them into your life. The truth is, these nutrients don't just support your body, they support your identity, your confidence, your presence in your relationship, your ability to wake up feeling like yourself again. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. And I've watched men who were convinced their best years were behind them discover a second wind that changed everything. So what now? That's up to you. You can take what you've heard today and let it sit on a shelf, or you can act on it. You can choose to give your body what it's been quietly asking for. You can make that walk in the morning. Take that supplement with intention. Say yes to your health and to your future. Because here's what I know without question. It is not too late. Not even close. You still have time to feel stronger. You still have time to reconnect. And you still have time to be the man you know you are. Fully, boldly, and without apology. You've already taken the first step by showing up here. Now it's time to take the next one. If this video spoke to you, helped you, or gave you something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button so we know this content is making a difference. Share it with a friend, a brother, or anyone you care about who needs to hear this message. Leave a comment below. Let me know what resonated with you most, or tell me what topic you want me to cover next. Your voice helps shape this space. If you want to help this channel and support our mission to create more content for men over 60, think about making a small donation. Every little bit helps fund better research, improve our videos, and reach more men who need this info. You're not just a viewer, you're joining a movement, and I'm grateful to have you here. Before you go, tell me in the comments, where are you tuning in from? Your city? Your country? I read every single one, and it means a lot to connect with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next video.